Hey everyone, Ritam this side, and in today's video we are gonna talk about why referral system or referral based agencies who completely rely on referrals to get their clients, this entire system is a structural flaw in general, right? And that's what we are gonna talk about. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ritam Sawanta. I have helped 20 plus aspiring agency owners get their first client and start their agency. And I am on a mission to completely revolutionize the client acquisition system along with the appointment booking system and the entire client acquisition ecospace rather for agency owners, coaches, and consultants in India. And yeah, let's get into it. I got a few topics out here, core points I have for every thing I want to discuss, and that's what we are gonna talk about. But before that, we need to understand why it's important to change, like go out from this referral based system, right? Most of the agency owners who depend on referrals, they would surely understand one thing, that is the 80% of the referrals come from 20% of their really good clients. It's not coming from every client they have, or it's not coming from every client is like equally giving them referrals. It's coming from 20% of the core clients or the old trusty client they have, right? And the problem with that is only if three, like let's say if you have 10 clients and two or three of them are giving you most of the referrals, right, for your business. Now in a quarter itself, let's just assume one or two of those old trustable client or whatever, they go in-house. They build their own media team or whatever, and they go in-house, or they just leave you for some goddamn reason. From the next quarter, you won't get any referrals. And this is how you are just one dry quarter away from hitting a rock bottom zero. And that is the main problem here with referrals. And that is why we're going to talk about mainly 4 points we have out here. Let's start with the first one. Referrals are a byproduct of relationships, not a business development system. That's pretty self-explanatory right there, right? It's just referrals isn't anything at all except networking in a way. It's not sales. That's the core difference, and that is why it can't be mixed with sales. Referrals as a separate thing, it's like a bonus gift you have for having the vast amount of network. After a certain point of time, the bonus might feel like it itself is a sales system, but it isn't. You can't truly depend on it because of a few reasons. Number one, you can't really control the input flow of the system, of the referral based system, until and unless you are monetizing it. You are saying that, I have, if you give this referral, then I'll give you this much amount of money or whatever. But still then you can't really control the quality of clients you're gonna get, the amount of, you can't systematically control the volume itself, which is the core difference, and which is why it's really dangerous to completely rely upon. And most of the agency owners I talk with, they just rely on referrals itself. They believe it's that magic pill that will just solve every of their problem, and to be honest, it actually has. If you check out my old video, I might have link it somewhere else, you might see it here. I was talking about why agencies don't scale. One thing I might have forgotten about speaking is this referral based system. This is one of the most, if not the only one, that is stopping any business owners, any agency owners, coaches, or consultants from actually getting clients. The over reliance of this referral based system. Now, referrals, again, it isn't bad in itself. Referrals is a really good way to get an extra few clients here and there. And let's say if your sales for this month isn't going good, then you can always kind of believe in referrals to at least get one or two clients. Referrals as a bonus itself is good, but as a main entire ecosystem or a main entire system itself, it is bad. And that is where the second point comes. It's that every year inside a referral model, you get worse at selling because you aren't practicing sales itself. You are just substituting sales with something that isn't sales at all, and that is why your business won't be growing after a certain point of time. Or God forbid, just those 20% of the clients we talked about, few of them just leaves, your growth will like just stop. It will just halt. You don't have any client acquisition system at all, and that is why it's really dangerous. Now, another thing which I'll say is some owners do try to do cold outreach, right? But they don't try at a volume. They have this innate belief that, maybe cold calling isn't good for their reputation. Cold calling, cold outreach, or whatever you may call it. They believe it's either, I'll just do paid ads, although they don't, eventually they don't find the time to do it, or even if they do it, it's just bad because, they're focusing on the clients rather than their itself, their own business, right? So that's bad in that way. And even if they're doing ads, they're not getting results, and they are a little bit people are usually a little bit egoistic with it because they are serving their clients and they're serving ads to their clients, and if they're not getting results for themselves, then so they either don't really touch that outreach stuff, client acquisition stuff, and completely trust on referral based system, or they might try a few here and there, outbound, doing just a few hundred outbound a month or something like that, get a few clients, but then they realize, this is so hard, this is something that you need to put actual effort, and then they just stop it. Although from outside, from a third person point of view, it might seem logical to actually just completely depend on referrals. If you are like, yeah, in a sense it is, right? If you are getting 1 to 2 clients every single month without actually doing anything, just doing this referral based system, then yeah, go on doing that. But good luck with it, continuing it long term, because after a certain point of time, clients are gonna leave, and chances are that those 20% of the client you have who are giving you 80% of the referrals, one of them, few of them are gonna eventually leave. They don't have, they're gonna not be with you lifetime, right? And even if you're targeting to do that, you're gonna have to technically worship those clients, and you're gonna keep other clients at pedestal. So that's not even good, right? Keeping some clients at topper hierarchy, and other clients in not that hierarchy, not on the basis of how much they are paying you, instead on the basis of how much they are giving you referrals. It isn't good for your business in a way, right? So you won't be able to continue with it longer than I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, 5 years at max. And even if you're continuing much longer than that, then you are not actually effectively scaling your business. And that's the entire dilemma of this referral based system. That's the entire dilemma. Now, the last point before I actually suggest you what the solution is, or what I think the potential solution is that the hidden psychological damage is that referrals let you avoid the seller identity indefinitely. That's a core problem here again. If you are just focusing on referrals, and you are avoiding sales, avoiding outreach, avoiding inbound, then you are just avoiding a complete, the most important ecosystem or most important section of your entire business, that is sales. Now you might argue that you are getting appointments, you're trying to convince them, but it's referrals. They might already been convinced by your clients or whatever, that they are a good agency or whatever. They are already warm, and you don't really need to do a lot of sales there. The true sales comes when you take a complete stranger into a paying client. That's true sales. Now you may argue again that that's then what is warm leads to close? That's also sales. But I hope you get my point. You are avoiding that complete cold to sales transition, that phase. You're completely avoiding that. You are kind of outsourcing it, but without the advantages of outsourcing, that is having a set number of tracking. You can't really track it. That's the entire problem. You can't really track it, you can't really depend on it, but still people depend on it for some reason. Most of the time it is because they just want the easy path, right? It's easy just to close your eyes and believe that you'll get 1 to 2 clients eventually. It's not guaranteed, but you might get it, you might not. Anyways, who cares, right? So that's the entire paradigm I've noticed after talking with God knows how many clients, not clients, prospects and clients. Yeah, maybe over the 100, right? So yeah, that said, the fix is not stopping or stop accepting referrals. That is not the fix. That is completely not what I am suggesting to do for you guys. What I am suggesting is start focusing on outreach, start focusing on doing the cold outreach, doing outbound, doing inbound, doing social media work for your own business, building a personal brand, every single thing to completely change your business from referral dependent to, I would say, inbound or outbound dependent, whatever you may prefer for your stage of agency. And that is the entire change you need to do for scaling your business effectively. Now there's this might link out here, that is how I am scaling your business, like how to scale your business effectively or why your agency isn't scaling. I have made a video up there, you can check it out again. I have talked about the main 3 points or main 4 points about why your agency isn't truly scaling, right? Check that out, and yeah, you will truly understand why it is important to start outreach, start doing inbound, start doing outbound, and not focus on referrals. That's it for this video. These are the few points I have noted it down. I hope this helps. Thanks a lot. By the way, just a quick note, if you are an agency owner, coach, or consultant, and if you are having any trouble with getting clients, or having any appointment booking, or can't figure out how to book appointments, then there's a link in the description that you may want to check out. Full transparency, it's a funnel, and no, it doesn't have any 10 lakh rupees, 15,000 rupees course or whatever. It just has my video explaining how I might be able to help you with appointment booking, with client acquisition. Now, I really don't care if you click on the link or not, but that's just a heads up. If you are interested, you can click it. And yeah, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you like it, and make sure to like the video. There's a button for, if you like the video, of course there's a button for that. And if you want to see more of this content, you can surely subscribe to my channel. I wouldn't say to click the notification icon or whatever, you are of course busy. And yeah, comment any video ideas you have, anything. I would love to make a video about whatever you might want to see a video about. And yeah, that said, this is Ritam signing off. Have a great day ahead.